So what I have for you guys to review is this practice test with there's reading questions and writing questions. So I think it's about 10 questions, and there's like passages you read, and I can help. I'll chip in if anybody really doesn't want to read, but I was thinking like you guys could take turns reading paragraphs, and then you guys would answer the questions together, and we'd just go through the questions after we finish reading the passage. So does anybody want to volunteer for paragraph 1? Anybody?
I can read.
Is that Greg or Chelsea?
Chelsea, you got it if you wanted to do it.
Awesome. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
1, Americans spend about $1.5 billion a day on groceries, but supermarkets and grocery stores want shoppers to spend even more. A typical grocery store has about 50,000 products to sell to customers. Grocery stores have found creative and clever methods to make sure that shoppers buy more of these products.
Some stores use heat maps to track which aisles customers linger in, looking at products. This helps supermarket owners and managers figure out where people spend the most time in the store. Many stores provide discount cards that not only offer reduced prices to shoppers, but also can electronically track products that customers purchase. At the checkout counter, customers will be offered coupons for items similar to their purchases. One supermarket has started giving customers a handheld self-checkout device linked to the store's discount card. This device alerts customers to sales as they walk by or scan certain products. This may sound convenient, but researchers like Joseph Turow of the University of Pennsylvania worry about customer privacy and the possibility of stores selling the shopping details of their customers to other companies.
I'll do 3. The store owners know that milk and eggs are common items on many grocery lists, so these items should be at the front of the store, right? Actually, most stores place those items deeper into the store so that shoppers have to pass tantalizing products on their way to get the needed items. Florists, bakeries, and produce sections are usually at the front of the store because the items in them will appeal to shoppers' senses, enticing customers to make purchases. Managers know that red signs get the attention of shoppers, and the yellow and white signs have a calming effect. They also know that the human eye is likely to focus on products that are at eye level. So that is where the most expensive products are placed on the shelves. Less expensive products are placed higher or lower. Some companies negotiate with the supermarket to ensure that their products are in prime locations to make them more appealing than competing brands' products. Does anybody want to, Jordan, you got the last one?
Yes.
Cool.
While the customer is trying to spend the shortest amount of time and the least amount of money while shopping, the supermarket is trying to encourage the shopper to do the opposite. A study by a food marketing group showed that about 60% of the items bought at the supermarket were not on the customer's original list. If it sounds sneaky, it is. But an informed customer can see through these gimmicks and avoid coming home with extra items.
All right. Which of the following is the best summary of the above selection? I'll give you guys a second to read it and we'll figure it out. If anybody thinks they got it, just give it a shout.
4.
4. All right. Does everybody agree that it's 4? Does anybody else have another idea?
They all sound kind of good, so it's kind of tricky.
Yeah. All right. I'll just show you guys. The correct answer is 3. The passage focuses on well, you tried. This passage focuses on the various methods used by supermarkets to trick their customers into spending more and buying more, and thus staying longer in their stores. This is the best answer. For the VCLA, since it's a combined score, like I did way better on the reading portion of it than I did the writing portion. So I got exactly, I don't remember the combined score amount, but I got exactly half of it for the reading, and I got like 2 points lower on the writing for my first attempt. So because I knew that I was better at reading, I just like really tried to like ball out in the reading portion so I could like make up that difference in the score on the part that I was better at. So that's just like a tip. I definitely recommend, like, even on your second or third or first time, whatever, I would just really try, if you know you're a good writer, really try to like do super well in the writing, you know? So like that might help you out. If you know you're not good at reading, or if you know you're not good at writing, just try to like really do your best. So it might make up for where you know you're not good at. All right. So according to paragraph 2, supermarkets give customers a self-checkout device linked to the store's discount card. Why might this device pose a threat to its customers?
My thoughts would be on number 3. But they do mention in there about privacy laws, so. But I don't think the customer would be charged for it, the privacy law, because they're not the one violating it.
I'm going with 3.
I would say it'd be 3 because the information being sold.
You guys all thinking 3? All right, I'm just gonna go for it if that's okay with everybody. Does anybody want like more time to think or anything? Okay.
I'm good.
Okay, cool. Sorry. You guys were all right. It was 3. So good job. That's awesome.
Vengeance is mine.
Nice. Yeah. Way to redeem yourself, Jordan. Just kidding. Okay. In paragraph 3, what are 2 strategies supermarkets use to entice their customers to buy more? And if you guys want me to go back, if you guys want me to go back to a paragraph or whatever, let me know. I would need to go back. Do y'all want me to go back to it real quick, or are you good with how just reading the answer choices?
I'm good.
Okay.
It's, I think, number 3.
I'll second that.
Okay. A lot of 3s. It's like when in doubt, pick C. Okay, you guys were correct. Awesome.
I gotta get more creative with what number they pick these practice tests.
I know. All right, which of the following is an opinion stated in the passage? My dog's making weird noises.
Number
1.
1.
Nice. Chelsea's like 3 for 3.
Woot.
That wasn't me.
Oh, sorry. Was that Ashlyn?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Yeah, it's me.
I don't think I've met Tristan like directly. So I'm Olivia. Hi, Tristan, and Ashlyn too. Hi. I don't think I've gotten to meet you guys yet. I got to meet Chelsea and Jordan personally last time.
Hi, yeah, I've seen you in some of the meetings before, Olivia. I usually keep my camera off because I have my baby with me and he's kind of all over the place. So I just keep it off and just in case.
Gotcha. That's cool. I remember seeing your baby. It's super cute. I remember you guys from last time.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
hide in the back row. I'm here, so.
Tristan, I've seen you at a bunch of this meetings and stuff. All right. So did you guys get a chance to read this one or do this one yet? How might a reader rightly apply this passage to his or her next shopping experience if following the writer's intended purpose?
One.
I agree, it's 1.
One looks good to me too. Ooh. Nice. Okay. Did you guys want to read, like, if you get it right, I'm just like scrolling past the explanation. Did you guys want to read the explanations?
No, that's okay.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like you guys already know.
Maybe if we get it wrong, maybe we can
Yeah.
kind of talk about it, why it's right or
Okay.
wrong.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. Shipping containers are used to haul cargo on ships, trains, and trucks because these trips can be rough. The containers are used for only about 5 to 10 years. Then they usually end up in a junkyard or landfill. However, these containers are durable, lightweight, and of relatively low cost. So entrepreneurs and artists are finding ways to repurpose them. After reading this selection, what information will most likely come next?
Four.
Four.
All right. Does anybody else want to take another guess? No. Nice. Does anybody want to read the passage?
Landscapes, images of natural scenery remain a popular subject in early modern art. Driven in part by their dissatisfaction with the modern city, many artists sought out places resembling untouched earthly paradises. In these areas, away from the bustle of the modern city, artists were able to focus on their work and observe nature firsthand. Because of this, many radical artistic experiments occurred in the most rural and least modern of settings. These ranged from the use of unexpected, non-naturalistic colors to the unusual application of paint.
Is it 1?
That's what I was thinking.
Nice. Okay.
Can you exit out of the reveal the answer so it like scrunches it down?
Yes. Sorry.
Thank you.
Oh,
I'd probably say 4,
4?
but I would more likely refer back to what line 2 says specifically. But in general, I would say 4.
The author probably uses the word in line 2. Oh, here we go. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry.
Driven in part by their dissatisfaction with the modern city, many artists sought out places resembling untouched earthly paradises. So yeah, I would stick with 4.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. The detective story does not and cannot attain the loftiest level of literacy achievement. Though it deals with the most desperate effects of rage, jealousy, and revenge, it rarely touches the heights and depth of human passion. It presents us with an accomplished fact that looks upon death with a dispassionate eye. It does not show us the inner workings of the murderer's mind. It must not, for the identity of the criminal is hidden until the end of the book. The most successful writers are those who contrive to keep the story running from beginning to end at the same emotional level. And it is better to err in the direction of too little feeling than too much.
Can I read passage 2, Olivia?
Sure, that'd be awesome.
I think what was really gnawing at Dorothy Sayers in her critique of the detective story was the realization that her kind of detective story was an arid formula unable to satisfy its own implications. If the story started to be about real people, they soon had to do unreal things to conform to the artificial pattern required by the plot. When they did unreal things, they ceased to be real themselves. Sayers' own stories show that she was annoyed by this triteness. Yet she would not give her characters their heads and let them make their own mystery.
I would probably say 2.
Are you guys all thinking too? Let's see. 3. Passage 1 discusses the limitations of the genre. Passage 2 discusses the uniqueness of the genre.
That kind of throws me off.
This is
Because,
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, go ahead and finish reading the correct answer. It just throws me off because it doesn't, like, the second part doesn't seem to be discussing uniqueness so much as it's discussing the problems or the issues with it. And in the same way, the first one was doing a very similar task, just in a different format. So for me, it kind of throws me off that it's 3 when it's talking about the uniqueness, whereas I feel like I was relating the limitations of the genre in both of them.
Yeah.
So, real quick, Olivia, before you read the correct answer, I don't know if anyone else felt this way when they took the VCLA, but I felt like when I took it, they like to trick people a lot on the answers.
Always 2.
So, this is like one of those that would be tricking you because you thought it was 1, but it's actually 3. It's like little things that are like why 3 was the correct answer. So this is definitely the type of questions that you want to make sure that you're looking out for.
Yeah, I definitely felt the same way. I felt like when for the writing or whichever part I did worse, and I don't even remember, I think it was writing. Well, whatever. For any of the questions, I felt like there was always 2 right answers. Like any of the ones I was tricky on, it was always because 2 of them looked really good. But yeah, I'll go back up to passage 1 so you guys can look at that again. Okay. If anybody wants me to go back up, just say it. Say the word.
2.
You do?
No, 2.
Oh, 2. Nice. Good job, Jordan. All right. So this is another one. I think this one's more for writing, like it's all like sentences and stuff, I think. Yeah. Okay. Caroline over her parents wants to go to the film festival in San Diego.
One. Like, okay, so 2, 1. That makes sense.
Oh.
Yeah, 1 or 2.
2. Let's see.
That's what I mean. I mean 2 for 1.
Like selection 2, the answer
Like,
being 1.
B. Yeah, what B would be.
Yeah,
Okay.
B.
Got it. Cool. Okay. So you thought it was 2, like B also, Ashlyn?
Yes. Like
Okay.
number 2 for part 1.
Yeah. Gotcha. Cool. Okay. Allie signed.
Before you read this next one, let me just tell you this part too. With the writing portion, these questions, you think you know your grammar until you take the VCLA, because man, I don't know my grammar anymore. Sorry, I just had to share that.
And also for like the writing topics, you will get like, I don't remember what mine was, and I don't remember, Jessica's had to do with politics, I remember that, but like you will get stuff like, I remember feeling like okay about mine, but I remember feeling like I'm so glad I didn't get what Jessica got, because I remember thinking I would have no idea what to say.
For my first one, it was politics, and then Olivia and I know some of you were here last time, but Olivia and I went for the VCLA together, so we went to the same testing center, and after we got out, we both talked about it, and I was like, yeah, mine was politics, and she's like, mine was like texting and driving or something, and I was like,
It might have been that. It was something like that, or drinking and driving or something.
it had something to do with driving, but I was like, man, why couldn't I have gotten that one? So yeah, the topics are all over the place, but
yeah.
I would say this is 4.2.
Oh. Let's see. Nice. Good job, Jordan. All right. So 3. My band has been rehearsing daily because we have a concert in 2 weeks. It is our first paid gig, so we are all looking forward to it. Which part of the passage is a fragment?
So if I think it's like
4.2
because you don't start that sentence with because, like the second sentence. So wouldn't it be the number 4, 4.2, or I might even be completely wrong?
Yeah, I agree with you. It's 4.2, like the last one was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Because my band has been rehearsing daily, it's not a fragment. So therefore the period could be there. However, the because is an explanation, but it's not referring to anything once it has that period before it. So
Nice. Seems like everybody was on the same page for that one. Trying to fall asleep in the uncomfortable bunk, the sheets felt uncomfortably hot and the breeze refused to blow. Which part of the sentence contains a misplaced modifier?
I'm gonna go with either B or C, depending on if they want the Oxford comma in there. Since it's technically like a list, I'm gonna go with B. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, 4 for 2. There should be a comma after hot.
Trying to fall asleep.
Well,
You're right.
yeah.
Trying to fall asleep is a dangling modifier or a modifier that appears to modify the wrong word or phrase because the word or phrase that it should modify is missing from the sentence. A corrected version of the sentence would read, trying to fall asleep in the uncomfortable bunk, I felt uncomfortably hot in the sheets and the breeze refused to blow. All right. Does anybody want to? I'll keep it up just in case. When I walk my dog at night, she barks at everyone we pass. She must not like strangers. Which part of the sentence above contains an error?
I would say it's 2.3. And the reason why is because that comma shouldn't be there. That should be a period. When I walk my dog at night, she barks at everyone we pass. Is a statement. She must not like strangers is a secondary statement. When you put the additional comma, it doesn't read right.
Nice. All right. Mark, your music is so poignant. Greg, do you know what that word is?
Poignant.
Poignant?
Yep.
Mark, your music is so poignant and original, and I love how it reflects your passion. We will probably hear you on the radio someday. Where should a comma be inserted to make the sentence grammatically correct? So lucky to have Greg with his wide vocabulary. That's probably not even that crazy of a word. I just don't know it.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 point after Mark.
Nice. You guys are on a roll. Low introductory credit card rates usually revert back to standard interest rates after the initial period is complete. Select the word or phrase that is redundant and can be removed without changing the meaning of the text.
Uh, 4.1 is what my guess is.
Are you guys all thinking 4.1?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
Enter is 2. So it would be rates. Redundant words and phrases needlessly repeat information that is given somewhere else in the sentence. Back and revert are redundant. Back can be removed without changing the meaning of the sentence, so it should be taken out.
Okay.
Okay. Plastic bags have come under fire recently, with some sites even banning them altogether. Blank paper bags are not necessarily more friendly to the environment than plastic bags. Blank, a recent study showed that a paper bag has to be used 3 times before it can be said to have a lower impact on global warming than a plastic bag. Complete the passage with the transitions that help the reader progress logically from one idea to the next.
It's 2.
You guys all thinking too?
Yeah.
Nice. However, in fact is correct. The first blank requires a transition of opposition. However, to show the contrast between the thoughts and about plastic bags being bad for the environment with the fact that paper bags are no better. The second blank requires the transition, in fact, to introduce an example that substantiates the claim that paper bags are not friendlier to the environment than plastic bags. All right, who wants to take a whack at this long thing?
I can read some.
All right, thanks, Greg.
All right. Sports are a wonderful means for mankind to exercise one of its most basic principles, competition with our fellow man. Surrounding all types of sports is the concept of sportsmanship, the respect and ethical behavior shown to all participants of a contest. The spirit of the game in many cases is more important than the outcome of the match. A true competitor understands this. This is why many of our most beloved athletes are not always the most talented performers. It is the players who play with the purest motive, for the sake of the team and with respect for all opponents, who gain the respect and admiration of the fans. There are greater lessons to be learned from the sports. There are greater lessons to be learned from sports than being well liked by fans. Sports, and by extension the athletes who play them, extend beyond cultural differences. Surely styles of play can vary between countries and regions, but in general, sports are played the same everywhere. Similarly, fans of a sport are able to appreciate incredible athletic feats or display of true sportsmanship regardless of the player. Simply put, in a day and age when settling cultural differences is of utmost importance, sports are a reasonably viable way to bring the world closer together.
I got the last
Lastly,
one, Greg, if you want.
yeah, you got it.
All right. Lastly, international events such as Olympic Games or World Cup are perfect opportunities to show the world that international cooperation and peace are possible. Sports can and should be used as instruments of change in an uncertain world. They can also be proponents of peace. The Olympic Creed says it best: the most important thing in the Olympic Games is not to win, but to take part, just as the most important thing in life is not the triumph, but the struggle. The essential thing is not to have conquered, but to have fought well. And then it says, which of the following is the most effective way to revise and combine the following sentences from paragraph 3? Sports can and should be used as instruments of change in an uncertain world. They can also be proponents of peace.
Thank you, guys.
Three.
You guys all thinking 3? Nice. That is the best answer. I like that explanation. It's just it. Okay. If you are reading this right now, you are taking part in the wonder of literacy. Because of printed words, people can relay information across both time and space. Ideas are encoded in writing and transmitted to readers across thousands of miles and years. The words of people distant to us can influence events, impart knowledge, and change the world. Much of the credit for the development of this phenomenon can be attributed to one man, Johannes Gutenberg, or Johann? I don't know.
Johann.
Thank you, Jordan. Does anybody, Jordan, you want to take a shot at the next
Sure.
paragraph? Thanks.
Johannes Gutenberg was born in the German city of Mainz. It's been argued that Gutenberg's idea was one of the greatest of all mankind. This one idea led to the spread of countless others. It plays a key role in the development of the Renaissance, Reformation, the Age of Enlightenment, and the Scientific Revolution. This idea would bring learning to the masses and form the backbone of the modern knowledge-based economy. Gutenberg created the mechanical printing press with movable type. Before the spread of Gutenberg's idea, literature was primarily handwritten. Each copy of the Catholic Bible and all 73 of its books were tediously and painstakingly scribed by hand. Given the amount of detail that went into each text, creating a single copy of the Bible could take years. Because of the effort that went into producing them, books were extremely rare and valuable. There was little reason for common people to learn to read or write, since it was unlikely that they would ever handle a book in their lifetime. Because of the value and scarcity of books, Gutenberg's invention would change all of that. His printing press allowed literature to be produced on a mass scale. His movable metal type could be arranged once to form a page, and the press could print a page again and again. The technologies that he created spread across Europe rapidly. As these printing technologies and techniques spread, news and books began to travel across Europe much faster than previously possible. The world has not been the same since.
Thank you. Which portion of the passage should be eliminated?
Two.
Four, the sentence Johannes Gutenberg was born in the German city of Mainz is correct. It should be eliminated because the purpose of the passage is to relay information about Gutenberg's invention and its effects, not Gutenberg itself. You said two? Who's movable metal? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not good at the VCLA stuff, so.
I was gonna say two at first, but then what you said made sense about number 4, where it doesn't matter where he was born. It's just about his press. So yeah, I felt you there, Chelsea.
Yeah, that was
I just thought the whole thing was terribly written.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wanted to rewrite that entire thing.
Oh, geez. All right. Well, that's it. I do have a Quizlet link with a bunch of flashcards that I'm going to put in the chat, and I'll put this in the chat if you guys want to go back and do it again. But that's pretty much all I got tonight. It was pretty short. So let me get you guys the link.
Guys, if you do go back a second time, maybe try reading the questions first and then the passage. That might be a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, there's the link to that, and then let me get you guys the flashcards. And this is just all like grammar, and there's 62 of them, there's a lot, but this is all like grammar and stuff that you probably, like, I felt like I learned a lot of this in like elementary school, high school, and I just don't remember a lot of it, so. okay. There's that too.
Right, so before I stop the recording, the people that have taken the VCLA, do you have any tips for taking the VCLA or studying for the VCLA?
I would say take it early. And I think I wish that I was just like more actively reading chapter books and other stuff, because I feel like that helps out a lot with this kind of thing. But I would say take it early, and also try to do extra well on the side that you know you're good at. I mean, obviously try your best for both sides, but for me, that's what helped me pass. Like I did better in one because I knew I wasn't as good in the other one. So just focus on the combined score, not just like the scores themselves. And also take it separately. Don't do reading and writing in the same day. Schedule 2 different tests, because if you do both, I did separate, but like I can't imagine sitting through 2 of those back to back. It seems miserable and just like a really bad idea. So I think definitely schedule them for 2 separate days. But that's all I got.
I was thinking, there's this movie, My Cousin Vinny, where Joe Pesci is a lawyer, and
Yes.
the lawyer for the prosecution goes and gives his opening statement, and then Joe Pesci comes up and just goes, "All right, everything that guy just said is BS." I don't know why. I was just thinking to myself, what if I started talking and I was just like, everything Olivia just said? No, I'm just joking. That's just something that kind of something stupid.
Only
yeah,
I would be happy, Greg, if you did say that, but you have to be wearing his outfit.
Yeah, the red suit. Exactly. Yeah, I would echo everything that Olivia said. I would say go with your number one thought. Don't second guess yourself. Your number one guess is usually right. Study. I think you guys will do great. I don't think any of you really have anything to stress about. One thing that I did, I mean, I like reading, but one thing that I did is I just kind of like tried to read before I went to bed every night. And that just kind of got me in that mode of like, understanding like sentence structure and stuff like that. But that would be my only kind of direct tip. But other than that, I mean, you guys are going to do great. Everyone who's here, I know everyone who's here is going to do great because you took the time to show up. But yeah, just be confident, trust yourself, because your first guess is going to be right 95% of the time. So,
is it timed?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Did you guys take these tests at home?
No, I only took the Praxis 2 at home. I went to a testing center for the VCLA.
Can you like bring snacks and stuff?
I don't know. I know you can put stuff in your lock. Like you have to put everything you bring in a locker. So I'm pretty sure if you like get someone to like come and bring you back out of the room to your locker, you could probably do it. I'm sure you could, because like you can leave the room to, well, I don't know. I'm not sure.
So I don't think that you can eat while you're taking the test, but I know that you're allowed a break. I think it's like a 15-minute break you can have.
You can't mess with your phone or anything.
Yeah, you can't mess with your phone or anything, but that when you take your break, the time on the test is still running. So the time on the test, like if you take a break, the test isn't going to like pause and then you can come back and still have a lot of time left. That time will still be running. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. I'm going to also suggest to take them separately. I cannot imagine sitting there for that long and then doing the reading and the writing. I was tired and falling asleep when I was just doing the reading portion, so definitely I recommend taking them separately. And then as much of the studying and just reading through the passages and answering questions, as boring as that is, do it, because that's going to help you a lot. I really wish that I did that. I read through like one test and I was like, oh, I'll be fine. It's like a reading SOL that I did in high school or middle school. I'll be fine. I really wish I read those practice tests and actually studied like I should have. So I definitely recommend going through and taking those practice tests. And that section that Olivia went over, that practice test at the beginning of the study session, I think that's a really good source. So use that one, and then there are other free ones on the VCLA website. So, but yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.